What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? This your boy Enlightened, Luciferian Prince, coming to show another upload once again. Before I proceed, I would like to talk about several things in regards to my channel, its management, and the management of my time and my affairs. I'm usually available around, between Monday through Friday. I work around people's schedule, work schedule, whatever. I know. Usually on the weekends, I try to devote as much time to the weekend to rejuvenating my senses and really taking a step back from a lot of stuff and really not being so finite about YouTube, whatever, emails. It is what it is. Unless, of course, I schedule a particular consultation on the weekend with a particular person who could not have reached me through the week. That's what I do. It's how I operate. Now, I'm going to also say this too. Consultations are paid consultations. They're paid. Period. That's something you had to email me about in regards to it. It is what it is. Documentation, as far as study reference material, with the exception of Luciferian Doctor, that costs. In a respective sense. This is me being real. As far as services and or retainer, that costs, and that also corresponds to how you wish to actually retain me, and in regards to how long the duration will be. That's something to be discussed via email. I won't see it on my channel. And last but not least, mentorship. If you need some sort of particular guidance in a particular area, that means that I have to take the time of my day to actually make sure that you're properly informed about what it is you wish to proceed with in your future endeavors. Yes, people. The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't want to get the streams crossed as far as any general understanding from the future for those people who are subscribed and those people who are newly subscribed or who just view this content. It is what it is. Now, that's just me being real. Can't have it any other way. Won't have it any other way. And you have to realize there's 24 hours in a day. It's not a lot of time. So when it comes down to me being myself and keeping it upfront with people about, what I provide, then you have to also take into strict consideration that there's a lot of other entities out there that you can contact or you can actually consult with. And they're probably going to charge you a hell of a lot more than I've ever charged anybody, a single person anyway. But just keeping it in the spirit of truth and love, just keeping it on that simple, keeping it on that plain. If you want the help, great. If you don't, it's what it is. Not pressure to it. But what I want to actually embark upon again is expounding upon the Luciferian Doctor. Now, I know that a lot of people who have made requests via email, so forth, names aside, about different videos or whatnot, I will say this. It comes in certain respects where there's certain content I am not going to put on my channel. When it comes down to, especially to tax forms and have to fill them out, please do not ask me how to do that, because I'm not obligated in any sense, nor am I licensed in any way to actually sit here and give tax advice. That was my mistake yesteryear. But I'm not doing that today. If you want to consult with me in regards to how to fill out a tax form, that's a different story. But as far as putting it out there for the general mainstream, don't ask me to do that. Because you're not going to get you're not going to get a response or you're not going to get a video or all the above. So take it in consideration. Now, this is going back to preserving your moral energy, and preserving your moral energy, I think, is at this time and this stage and awareness that we are living through, these times that we're living through right now. I think it's very, very highly important to be aware of harnessing your moral energy and not losing what I could say, quote unquote, your spiritual money. Now, what people don't realize is that it's so easy to be toxic, but it's very hard to be positive. But that's only because the brain or the mind, society has been conditioned to be toxic. And when it comes down to transformation mentally, as far as, coming to a higher state of understanding or understanding and overstanding and ultrastanding, then you're going to be faced with a lot of obstacles, because it's easy to be toxic, but it's hard to be positive. But I'm going to teach you in this very short video, how to be positive, less than 10 minutes, in regards to your own self. Here we go. Keep to remember that you're in this game alone. Therefore, it doesn't matter who you're with, relation to, or who is more important. In the example, mother, brother, owner of a bar, or criminal. It's between you and the source only. You're expected to perform with certain traits, underline certain, every time, and you're rewarded by doing so, or you're either severely punished, which is what we call, quote unquote, in the modern English vernacular, karma. If not below, these are just examples of situations involving moral drain of your energy. Let's go forward. For instance, if a parasite would attack and do brawls because the single bulb light that is consuming energy for which he needs to pay a non-important issue, the one which will cause your anger, as an example, keep calm. Do the math. Count that 6 hours of lighting with the 60-watt light bulb costs pennies. Not the amounts he wishes to presume. Supply the explanations on paper. Always ask repeatedly for that particular person to calm down. And do it in a polite and caring way. Usually he would need to, if he or she would still want your energy, which prevails always. It won't help. Leave. Tell the results in one sentence and put it in front of that individual in the calculations. Another example might involve releasing gas by not closing it on the kitchen after the completion of cooking, which might be repeated twice in a row under the influence of whatever, alcohol or drugs. It will surely cause your deeper emotional reaction that you were to go to sleep and inhaling it all night. The propane-butane mix might prove deadly. Keep again calm. Close the kitchen, ventilate the whole apartment, and tell the parasite what he did wrong. Instruct him to pay for the damage. Here it is. Enforce morality and moral behavior. Enforce morality and moral behavior. It's hard. Said that. On the beginning, but at the time, it will become your second nature in an automated response. Emotional reactions, an example, screaming, yelling, or doing anything which doesn't resolve the problem in a calm, intelligent way, strip out of your emotions in such responses involving the person would you like to have screamed at? When you're doing something wrong, depletes you of your moral energy or your life energy, and you're virtually donating it to the person who caused such reactions or was a victim if they're called parasites, because they feed on you. The object of the game, people, is to think before you do. And you learned a very significant truth in less than 9 minutes. I know I said 10, but I usually try to, expound a little bit more. People. Those examples were just those that were placed out there particularly for you to get some type of self-analysis on who you're dealing with in your personal life and what you're dealing with in your personal life. Now, a lot of people don't really know how to differentiate between the parasites or the people who particularly wish to extract you of your moral energy or your positive energy. And then you have to realize that there are people out here in the world who actually want to feed upon or actually wish to, and I shouldn't say feed, I wish to say embellish, upon your actual moral energy, or people who wish to support that. Now, we call whatever we call them in our life, friends, associates, besties, yada, yada, yada. It is what it is. But we have to differentiate between who these people are and who we're dealing with in our own personal circle. Is what it's all about. And if anyone doesn't do anything to actually enable your morality, then those people are detractors, and those individuals are parasites because they're living off of your moral energy. They're living off of the existence of you not particularly having, any sort of impact to their life, particularly gradually. So they have to actually sit here and suck off of your life energy in order to make themselves seem like they're equal. And those are people we call friends. Now, there's another group of people we call friends, and those people who actually sit here and enable us to actually make it better and do things better and help us strive forward. with the harsh criticisms and all, and help us push forward. And those are individuals who are truly of the fold. So what I'm saying is that you are a spiritual example of life in a shell, but you have to also make sure that anything that's attached to that shell that isn't contributing anything to your life, I'm not talking about just materialistically, I'm saying mentally, spiritually, and physically, is a parasite. Period. That's just the way it is. And see, in the Luciferian Doctor, you have to understand that we live in a society that wishes to prey upon people based upon the precondition or preconceived notion, I should say, of entitlement. They feel that they are entitled to your benefits. They feel like they're entitled to your wages. They feel like they're entitled to everything that has to do with you. But you, in your own capacity, if this is you I'm talking to, don't stand up enough to actually enable yourself to push these people off. That's the problem with a lot of people. They recognize the problem, but they are not willing to lift a finger to get the problem away from them. And that's why their life force or their life source is being drained. That could be drained from many sources, as I said before. But in this strict sense, I was just using it in the sense as far as the people you invite in your personal circle are concerned. Other than that, this is what it is. Take it in stride. If this is your first time viewing this channel, like and subscribe. If this is also your first time viewing this channel and you wish to subscribe, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you hit all. So that way, every time I actually sit here and drop videos, you won't be left in the dark about the content. Agents, don't contact me whatsoever. I do not consent. I do not oblige. As I said earlier in my video, anyone who wants help with consultation, documentation, services, retainer, and or mentorship, please email me. I'll leave my email in the description below. Other than that, it is what it is. Peace, light, love. Y'all take care. And like I said before, keep y'all head on the swivel out here, because the days get shorter and they also get darker. So walk in the light. That way when the darkness fully comes, you'll be able to still see. Y'all take care.